dream of Earthquakes owner Milan Mandrick became a reality in early April when 25 players reported to Spartan Stadium for the initial practice sessions under head coach Ivan Toplak. Because of Mandrick's love for the sport of soccer and his enthusiasm for the city of San Jose, the Earthquakes became an exciting addition to the North American Soccer League.
I was working at the time, I was teaching school, and I received a call from the general manager, and first I thought it was a joke. But then talking to Johnny and some of the other guys that I hang around with, it was a fact that, the team was here and they were interested. So I went to a meeting, and obviously from then on, things developed. For us, that we were local. The local players were extremely excited because we have gone through all the levels. We play youth, we play semi-pro, we play college. Some of us were in the Olympic team. There was just nowhere to go but either leave the area and try to go play somewhere else or keep on working. And most of us had jobs at the time. There's no way we were going to gamble and go somewhere where we didn't know we were going to succeed or not. So it was difficult to give up your job and just say, hey, I'm going to play soccer.
When I started in 1974, this club was blue collar because players didn't live on this salary from the Earthquakes alone. Davey Kemp had a job, Paul Childs did things while he was here. The Demling brothers had jobs. Manny taught at presentation back then. Every guy had to have another job.
We knew we could play. It was a chance to prove ourselves. We have gone through the college ranks, through the semi-pro, through the youth. So to play professional was a chance for all of us to say, hey, let's show these people what we can do. So we worked really hard. I mean, the team in those days, it was hard work. We believe in that. You got to give the crowd what they pay for. So it was an attitude. It was a psychological stage in our life where we would die on the field for the Earthquakes.
And in a matter of minutes, we will be ready for the kickoff and a look at this new era in professional sports for San Jose. Quite true. Look at this new era in professional sports for San Jose. Quite true. As we look across the stadium today, through a rather heavy downpour, I might add, there certainly is a sizable crowd on the far side of the field. Down on the field itself,
we had played exhibition games and we had done a lot, but I can still remember going to Empire Stadium, Sunday afternoon, packed house.
For most of us, I would say, with the exception of a few players who had played a long time, it was so exciting. This was actually a reality. This is what we trained for. This is what we were coming to do.
We were out of the city. We traveled together. Some of us were starting to get to know each other. There were players from other countries, other places, so for us it was very exciting. Vancouver, their people got behind their team too, so it was a great atmosphere.
Guys were on a cloud. A lot of guys were nervous, but we had enough experienced guys in the team. Had guys like Gabo and Miracle. We had about 8 guys who were solid, experienced pros, and so we calmed down the rookies and get them in gear and get them rolling.
I scored a goal against them in Vancouver. That was pretty tough. Buzz Demling got the ball he was playing right fullback, and he moved a little bit towards the midfield with the ball, and he saw me on the left wing, and he just kicked the ball across the field. And I was going to trap it, but the fullback was coming really fast, and I said, if I trap it, he's probably going to nail me. So I just let it rip, and he hit me, so I went down. I never saw the ball go in. It was a full volley from far away, so it was one of those things that most of the time they go to the moon, but that one went in, and it was, and that was so the next thing I knew, I was underneath the pile.
It all began on May 11 against Kyle Rote Jr. and the Dallas Tornado. Old, antiquated Spartan Stadium was alive with excitement and anticipation. 15,678 people were on hand to kick off the season. Most were in their seats early for the opening night pregame festivities that included the Shakers. Besides being an attractive addition on game night, the girls were an integral part of the Earthquakes' people-to-people promotional effort. The highlight of the opening night pregame festivities occurred when Milan Mandrick warmly welcomed the historic first night throng, saying he hoped that all visiting teams would be sorry they found their way to San Jose. The sports world was shocked as the walls of Spartan Stadium shook with the ever-increasing crowds that grew to more than 20,000 people. Milan's prophecy came true. Crazy George, the Quakes' instigator, delivered the opening game ball in his now nationally renowned and unique style. The fans quickly took to the Earthquakes' exciting brand of soccer as San Jose exploded for a 4-3 win over Dallas. For the 15,000 opening night fans, it had all just begun. Crazy George, fireworks, and for thousands of San Jose kids, an autograph from America's newest sports hero, Cal Rote Jr. The Earthquakes were the first major league sports franchise to identify with San Jose, and the people of San Jose were quick to reinforce Mandrick's belief that San Jose will one day become the sports center of the Bay Area.
It was still a growing city.
It would be difficult for people to imagine what it is to be playing all your life and then all of a sudden say, hey, I have an opportunity to play professional. And in the city where I live, it was, that's an unbelievable feeling. For us, it was just to set an example for the kids. We didn't want to go on the field and come out losers. Maybe that relationship with the people, the kids, it really affected us on the field because we put an extra effort, always. The money, it wasn't an issue with us. It was a show, and it was fun. It was fun to be together.
I think when you've got that togetherness, it's you against the rest of the world. And in all fairness, San Jose, again, being a small city, fighting for that recognition, we kind of bought into that too. Hey, we're going to show New York who we were. We're going to show Chicago. Us against the world. But we fought the league. We fought the commissioner back then. We fought, it was just the way it was. We took a bit of pride in it.
The Sharks came later. There's a lot of other things that are happening in the city. But the Quakes, when you talk about Quakes in soccer, is San Jose. And it goes hand in hand. San Jose Earthquakes. There's no way you can change that. You can give it another name, you can do whatever you want, but it goes hand in hand. We represent the city, and the city took us under their umbrella, and they were great to us. All of a sudden, we were famous, in the city in which we were playing amateur ball. So it was very quite a change.
Fans came early to see the arrival of Crazy George, who led the crowd to rocking chants spurring the Quakes on. George is a unique phenomenon in the world of sports. He is a high school electronics teacher, he holds a black belt in judo, and he has become nationally known for his ability to instigate incredible response with a mere wave of his hand. The year witnessed one of the most spectacular comebacks in U.S. soccer history in a key intradivisional midseason clash. Unfortunately for the Quakes, popular stars Manny Hernandez and Dieter Zeidel were ejected in the second half, leaving the Quakes 2 men short on the field. Paul Child's goal with 4 minutes left set the scene for Lalo Perez's tally with just seconds remaining. Although San Jose lost in the controversial overtime tiebreaker penalty kick, the fans were treated to one of the most exciting games on record. With 6 games left in the regular season, next year the
And then the scorer, Paul Child, becomes a passer.
What do you think was the key today?
1 year earlier, they were but a dream. And now, they were the champions of all North America. The season hadn't come to an end for San Jose fans.
And the place was a standing ovation. It was immediate. I mean, it gives me goosebumps just thinking. I remember standing back thinking, now that is something, man. Now that is something. San Jose was just berserk.
Little time left in the first half, and there's Ilya. Really, the goal belonged to Johnny Moore, who stole it from Pele and got it to Elliott for that first goal. Nobody has to tell number 15 what to do with it after he's got it. In the second half, the game really got wild. New York tied it up. Look at this pass from Pele to Tommy Ord. Just no way to stop it for goalie Mike Ivanhoe. Perfect pass from Pele. But then Paul Child broke a long dry spell on a perfect pass from Bandoff. Liverich into the penalty area, tripped by Davy Kemp. The referee says, penalty kick. The Cosmos picked number 10, the Black Pearl, to tie the score.
To get here, you know how hard it is to become an Earthquake. Every guy that comes in was the best guy in his youth team, and he was the best guy in his high school, and he was the best guy in his college, and then he's got to come in, he's got to fight to knock a pro out of the roster, and then he's got to fight to make the starting lineup. So the guys that come in are all really, really good guys. If you've got
And it's fantastic to see success that teams are enjoying today.
The game of soccer actually facilitated, opened a lot of avenues for me to succeed in life. I was able to go to college, I was able to get a teaching job, and I've, you know, in terms of what soccer has done for me, my experience has been phenomenal. I mean, I met a lot of people, made a lot of good friends, and the memories are unbelievable. I still meet people that are in their 50s, in their 60s, and they come and say, hey, I remember when you play, and that's always very gratifying.
I'm just really proud to be part of that, you know, to think we started it.
This club changed my life. It gave me some of the greatest friends I'll ever have. It gave me a great amount of pride. I just can't say enough about this club. It's part of me. It's honestly part of me. I feel it when I walk in the stadium. I feel the fans make me feel part of it. It's just right. Being an Earthquake is something really special.